All right. Today we're going to talk about some stuff that another thing everybody gets wrong. I should rename my channel "Everyone's Wrong But Me." Everybody's wrong about everything. A lot of people just write off as conquesting is stupid, like you shouldn't do it, and like it always fails. And mostly it's because you're approaching it from the wrong way. Whenever all I do is bitch, moan, and complain that not enough people are taking context and intent into play whenever they're as like a starting place for their Google ads. This is people sort of drop the ball here and they go, oh well, they're not looking for me, and that's true. But you can think of context less in the sense of what's on a SERP and more about what it means for someone to be searching your competitor. Meaning, like, what is it about the we'll say the competitive landscape? What does it mean to be in the market for blah, and how can we make someone do what we want them to do, which is buy from our clients. So here's an example. This is a real life example. This is the one that I'm always proud of because I'm quickest to talk about this. But Pixatine, this is a nicotine toothpicks. If you talk to me long enough about Google Ads, I'm going to have some stories. This is why you should always take weird clients. You learn shit from weird clients. So this is a brand of nicotine toothpicks. They were one of the first, and they're sort of the big dogs, I guess, or they've got the biggest market share in the nicotine toothpick game. And thinking critically about whether or not why should this work. So before you even go about talking about tactics, why should conquesting Pixatine work? The reality is, again, going back to like the competitive landscape approach of things, this is a nicotine toothpick market. People that are going to be searching for a specific brand are enthusiasts or loyal, but more than that, they're in the nicotine toothpick market, which is weird. Everyone that uses a nicotine toothpicks is kind of like an enthusiast. It's not like the brand of peanut butter you buy. Everybody just use peanut butter, and you're not married to it. But if you're a nicotine toothpick guy, if you're walking around with nicotine toothpicks, you buy them a lot, then you're an enthusiast. You've made a decision to be a nicotine toothpick guy. For that reason, that if we know that enthusiasts are searching this, and they like nicotine toothpicks, that's why they search this. And I'm a brand of nicotine toothpicks. There's going to be this is valuable. This real estate right here. Now I'm not doing this right because we're trying to be tactful with our tactics, and this is how you would approach this. So if again you've done the big brain play and gone, what kind of people, what's that person look like? What's the average Pixatine searcher look like? What's the average whatever look like? And you've said, yes, conquesting might work for me. You need to make a decision. Are you going to shoot for number one or number two? And you need to make because in many cases, this is a case where you would be nuts. You would be nuts to bid for position one. Position two, write something cheeky, right? Figure out what would you tell someone that wants Pixatine. This is, I won't go into specifics, but you sort of craft this message here to be the most compelling reason, right? Like you've thought, and you go, well, the customer A is this to most people. I want to position myself as B. And the story that we've been telling ourselves, or that all of our clients is, or all of our clients, all of our potential customers, is that ours tastes good. We have weird sounding flavors. We sort of turned a bug into a feature kind of thing, but ours tastes like, people care about taste. They care about strength. They care about how much it costs. And where we chose to position ourselves in just the market, I guess, was taste. So that in mind, you can make your, winter ice. Yeah, right. If you've got a guy that is, it's not going to be hard to convince someone that likes winter ice that maybe mint melon would be up his alley, right? And this works. This actually makes money. This is positive ROI, short-term ROI. Like you can forget about customer lifetime value and what's the expected customer lifetime value of someone that starts nicotine toothpicks or starts trying your nicotine toothpicks. What's the average reorder rate, stuff like that. Short term, this is positive ROI, and it's not. What are we doing? We're taking someone that's a Pixatine toothpick purchaser, and we're making them choose us instead. And we're doing that by and every time you search this, you're going to see this. I hope there's people that have seen this 3 times in 3 months, right? Every month they need to order another carton or whatever. This is going to get to you, and there's a value in hammering that messaging. This is the impressions on this are valuable. That's awesome. That's really cool. The other form of conquesting that will work is if you're like a Kleenex. If you're the Kleenex of your industry, meaning going over here. Let's wait for my. There he is. There he is. If you're the Kleenex of your industry, meaning we know that most of the reason why conquesting doesn't work. There's nothing magical about a business name, right? It's not the fact that it's a business name. That's not the only reason. That's not the reason. That's what people are doing. People are searching a business name. But the reason conquesting tends to perform poorly is because they have a preference. So you're trying to overcome a preference. If you are a Kleenex, like if you're instead of searching nose tissues or something, you just search Kleenex because that's what it is to most people. This is an example of sometimes people, when they move, will not search moving company Gulf Shores, Alabama, even though that's what they should do. Because 2 Men in a Truck has great branding, people just search 2 Men in a Truck. So this is, if you think of like a spectrum, the Kleenex spectrum, this is high enough to where I can say the preference signaled by this search is not so strong that it's not the amount of preference in this is not as strong as a non-Kleenexy type search, right? So this is one where you can feel safer. I shoot for position 1 on this. So this is just a case in which I didn't get that. It's just one of the average position of 1 point. So this is one where you can feel okay bidding on position 1 because you're not. This might as well be people just searching for moving company Gulf Shores. And this is another case where actually cost per conversion on this is cheaper than just Gulf Shores Moving Company. I have a lower CPA and higher conversion rates on 2 Men in a Truck terms. It's not. I know what you're thinking. It's like the people that spend 3 minutes on the phone and going like, "Oh, this isn't 2 Men in a Truck." No, it's actual conversions. This converts better than the Gulf Shores Moving Company type searches. So if you approach conquesting, bidding on competitor terms, if you approach it the same way you approach all your other campaigns, which is, okay, who is my customer? How do they search? What are they searching before they want to buy? What are they trying to do? And you approach it no differently than you would any of your other campaigns. You can end up with something, and just try and do something smart. Just think, like, does this make sense? Yeah, this seems smart. Is it like, do I think this is going to move the needle? Like, yeah, position 2, you avoid all the dum-dums that just click in position 1. Is it worth bidding on position 1, like as a Kleenex industry? And you can have some success with conquesting because we know there's nothing magical about the power of a name, right? It's what people are actually trying to do and the levels of preference that they have, and taking into account the specific industries and the buying habits of customers in those industries. Also, don't mean to suggest that conquesting is always good, because in many cases it's not. But don't just disqualify it. You can't. You do have to think, like everything. But okay, I think that's it.